Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm sitting in a different position today, headless, yes, with some bags. In fact, I am surrounded by a few bags here. In today's video, I want to talk about the impending price increases. Of course, we are not surprised. I don't think we should be surprised. We have Chanel and Louis Vuitton both planning to make another round of price increases. At least that is the word on the street. So from what I'm gathering, Louis Vuitton is planning to have another round of price increases this month in June, so right around the corner at some point. And then Chanel is planning their usual fall increase around the September timeframe. Now remember, Chanel did a pretty hefty price increase in March, which seems like it was just the other day. But yeah, nowadays they are doing price increases 2 times a year. Yeah. So again, I don't think we should be surprised. So I just want to give you all a heads up that that is probably coming, even though there hasn't been any official announcement. A lot of people are talking about it. And so I thought I'd put it out there in case you want to pre-plan. The other part I wanted to say was, if you were not planning to purchase anything from either of those brands, then don't bother. Let's not get into that cycle of panic buying and all that frenzy, because we've all been there. I've been there. And here's the thing. This is just regular, normal business now. We should always expect to see price increases from these brands because that has become their usual MO. Whether we agree with it or not is besides the point. They are getting more and more aggressive and more frequent with their price increases, especially these two brands, Chanel and Louis Vuitton. Of course, other luxury designer houses do it as well, but not as severely as it seems with these two houses. So I've got my Speedy here. I'm just going to run through some prices, and I want to give you kind of like words of caution. If you were not eyeing anything from either of these brands, just because these are supposedly classics, just because there are people out there saying they're must-haves. I've never said any of my bags are must-haves because it's so subjective. It's what you want, what works for you, your lifestyle, your style, your wardrobe, right? So ignore the noise. If you weren't planning to buy anything like a Speedy, for example, then don't. Just because there's an impending price increase doesn't mean that you have to rush out there and try to get these bags now, because if they were never interesting to you before, why do they start becoming interesting now? They don't, really. Just be real with yourself. So the Speedy B Bandolier, you know what I mean. Speedy Bandolier 25 size damier bin. I picked this up in London last year, so I don't think it's been it's been exactly a year or so because I went over the spring break. And I picked it up because I always wanted a Speedy 25 size with the bandolier, and I was having trouble finding one that I really liked, quality issues, etc. You guys know the whole journey. But also because when I was in London, the conversion rate was really, really in my favor as an American. And so I picked this up. I wrote down the price. I picked this up at the time for $14.30, so $1,430. The retail price on this, however, is $18.20. So I saved several $100s. I kind of went back in time, it felt like, several price increases, so that felt good to me. And it's a made in France, really nice, and I do use it. It's a nice workhorse bag, as many of us know. The non-bandolier version, the regular classic Speedy, is going for $14.90. So the price that I paid for the bandolier version was even less than the retail non-bandolier version, okay? So it was a good deal. Would I have bought this at the retail price? Maybe, probably, because I wanted this bag. But would I go out and buy it just because I'm hearing that the prices are going to continue to go up? No, that's not good enough reason. There are prices going up on almost everything out there, and really more aggressively on these non-essentials. So why would I go and spend my hard-earned money if I didn't want it in the first place? So for example, I don't have the Speedy 30. I don't have the new Speedy B20s. I don't have the Keep Alls because those don't interest me. And those are all going to go up in price as well because they always do. But this is the size that I wanted, so this is the one that I got. Let me also share with you this one here. Pochette accessoire had been talked about for so long, so often, and because the prices went bonkers. I bought this about 3 years ago for $540, you guys. $540. That's still a lot of money for canvas, and I know canvas is really durable, and I love that it's pretty much indestructible, water resistant, stain resistant, so versatile, and I have raved about this. However, for $540, I thought, okay, I can justify it. It's now going for almost $1,300. Yes, it's $1,290 US retail. It comes with a little vachetta leather strap that I don't have with it right now. It's in the box. I usually use like a chain like this. So would I purchase this again at $1,300? I don't know. Probably not, because you guys know about my collab with Dress Up Your Purse. Now, of course, I'm biased because I worked with Dress Up Your Purse on this, but we have released several of these pochette crossbody style bags, and this is going for about $100. If you use my promo code, you get 15% off. It's always down below in my description box. And it comes with this really cool, comfortable wide band strap. It's adjustable, it's removable. It is just as versatile, in my opinion, as the pochette accessoire. More understated, all leather, Togo leather. That is specifically what I requested when I decided to work with Dress Up Your Purse. I wanted Togo leather. Kind of reminds me of my Hermes Birkin. It's really nice, and it's got compartments, and it's really well configured. So of course I'm biased, but I know that many of you have purchased from my collab collection with Dress Up Your Purse, and so many of you have reached out saying that you're really happy with the quality and you're using it daily, and it's no fuss, and there's no pressure either. Like, you're not going to go crazy if you lose it or damage it, or if you're walking around in an area that feels a little sketchy. You won't feel super nervous, versus a really in-your-face monogram, obviously luxury designer bag that is over $1,000 that people might give you the side eye for. So just wanted to give you that option. I have been really into designer alternatives these days, and I'll show you some more bags on this side in a minute. So that's that. And then also, where's my pochette Matisse? I featured this in a recent video talking about how, as much as I love this bag, I've not been gravitating towards it recently, as well as 7 other bags that I get excited about sometimes, but these days not so much. Don't know what's going on. I think it is the monogram. I think I'm just kind of tired of the monogram for now, but I'm sure I will, I'll come back around and start enjoying this bag again soon, hopefully. But this one here I bought for $1,830. That was 4 years ago. It's now $2,590, and they're saying prices are going to go up. So we're already at about $2,600, and then additionally plus tax. If it goes up more, what is it going to be, like $3,000-ish with tax? Is it worth it? I mean, it's a great bag. It's got nice structure. You guys know I love the silhouette of this. $3,000 for this bag, though. I don't know if I could. I don't know. It's not about do you have the money or not. It's about, is it worth it? Is it worth it? $3,000 to make this bag, to market this bag, add on a premium for the branding. $3,000 still feels like a lot with all of that factored in. Anyway, so there's that. And then here, let's talk about Chanel. This was another bag that I featured in my recent video. One of the bags that I'm just not gravitating towards these days, so I'm gonna sit on it and see how I feel. I think it's the color, I think it's the size, the medium size. So this one here, I bought, oh gosh, not that long ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I cannot believe the price today. Still cannot believe this is over 10 grand. It's 10,200 retail. Yes, holy cow. Again, I get it, it's Chanel, and I'm a big fan of Chanel aesthetics. I have been for a really long time. My first Chanel bag I purchased when I was in my 20s, so that was like 2 decades ago. No longer have it. I sold it to Fashion File a while back. Lost money on it, by the way. It wasn't a classic. Anyway, I appreciate the aesthetics and the history and the heritage, and just, I do like the design. But if you factor in, again, materials, craftsmanship, quality, service, even if you put in a huge premium for branding and, designer name recognition, all of that, 10 grand plus tax, and it's going to go up again. So what is it going to be, like 12 grand? People have been talking so much about how these are exceeding the prices of Hermes Birkins and Kellys, and that is true, yet quality is definitely not on the same level. Service is also not on the same level. And I always like to say that I prefer not to compare these two, meaning Chanel and Hermes, because it's like apples and oranges in many ways, with the design aesthetics being very different. But it's almost like we can't help ourselves from comparing, because Chanel is obviously trying to do something with their prices to get to this top tier, but quality is not changing. Back in the day, this gold hardware was 24K gold plated. That is no longer the case, right? So even that alone, just that one little tiny little piece alone in terms of the construction of the bag makes it that this modern day Chanel classic flap is less valuable than the vintage ones that do have the 24K gold plated. I'm just using that as an example. Yet the prices are going crazy. And you can find so many on the Preloved market now. It's just saturated. So many on the Preloved market. And the prices are dropping. I'm going to make another video about it soon because I think it'll be interesting. I'm going to go and look at the Preloved prices and show you what's happening because I see discounts on the prices listed every day. I see prices dropping on Chanel. So here's my jumbo. Can't believe this either. Going for 11,000, you guys. 11,000 plus tax. I know I keep saying plus tax, but in a state like New York or even California where taxes are really high, nearly 10%, you have to factor that in. That's another grand or so. So I got this. Mine is a jumbo single flap. And I bought it pre-loved, and I'm telling you, the pre-loved market is a great option. I bought this a few years ago, and you're not going to believe how much I paid. I don't want to say it because I don't want to make people feel bad, but because sometimes I share the price, and many of you are appreciative for the sort of reference, but others are like, don't rub it in my face that you paid a good price back in the day because you can't do it now. I think you can still get a jumbo for at least half off. Yes, half off retail. I'm talking 5 to 6K, depending on the condition. Maybe if you want it to be absolutely brand new, pristine like condition, you might have to go a little higher. But I see so many jumbos, maybe not the single flap, they're more rare, but double flaps on the market for 5, 6K, 7K maybe, but not 11K. No, not on the Preloved market. So this, the price that I paid back a few years ago, it's like a third. It's like a third of what the retail prices are now. I know it's bananas. Would I buy this now at the current retail price? No, absolutely not. That's easy for me to say because as much as I enjoy this bag and I do adore it, I think it's such a big, bold, awesome looking bag. After using it, I can tell you that I'm already uncomfortable at times using this bag because it's so in your face. And even though I know I paid a lot less than current retail, the average person out there, or the average crook, I should say, out there is not going to know that. They may assume I paid, 5 figures for this. They may have their eye on this. They might, be looking to, like, there's so many robberies, unfortunately. Again, recently I saw, I think it was in some town in France. It wasn't Paris, but some town in France where an Hermes boutique got robbed, like in daylight, broad daylight, car crashed into it, people ran in. Or was it a Chanel? Either way, so many news about robberies, and I'm not trying to like fearmonger. All I'm saying is if I did pay 5 figures for this bag, I'd be less inclined, much less inclined to wear this out just because I know like that's a lot of money on my shoulder. Now, I feel the same about my Birkin and Kelly too. So to be fair, I am very cautious about when and where I wear those bags. But yeah, it's just something that you don't want to have to stress about. It's like an added thing you have to think about. And who wants to worry about their handbags? It's supposed to be fun and enjoyable. So these are all factors that are kind of changing the landscape for luxury designer handbags or luxury in general. So let me show you also bags that are just beautiful, that are so much more affordable. I'm going to call this like mid-tier luxury because it's still a luxury to have a beautifully made designer handbag, but you're not paying the crazy prices. This one here is well under $1,000. You're talking hundreds versus thousands. Okay, we're talking 3 figures versus 5 figures. So this is APC. You can see back here. It's my gray spaghetti bag. It's beautiful. This color is delicious. I have done full reviews on this bag. I'll link it up above if you're interested. It's so gorgeous, and I think the more we are opening up to affordable mid-tier luxury brands, the more we realize there's so many amazing options out there that don't have to break the bank. Okay, so look, PARISA WANG. I'm getting Chanel vibes here, Ferragamo vibes here, Kelly vibes here, Hermes Kelly. Like it's kind of, and even a little bit of Fendi Peekaboo. It's cute, it's fun, it's affordable, it's durable. This is PARISA WANG, calfskin. It has also Dior-ish feeling with the top flap here. But this is like under $500. Whereas, for example, this size Dior is like $5,000, right? It's a tenth of the price, roughly. So I think the more people are waking up to different brands, the more we're realizing we can be also unique with our style, not have the same old, and save a lot of money. Save a lot of money for other things. My Polen numero 9 mini, so cute. And let me show you one more. You guys know I've really been into this brand. It's a French brand based in Paris, Ateliers Auguste. This is my latest. It's like the Celine Classic box bag, beautiful polished, smooth leather, but it's treated actually. It's treated to be water resistant, unlike my Celine bag. So this is just really nicely done. Also really affordable, made in Italy. So we have to really think, number one, just because the prices are going up on Chanel and Louis Vuitton and bigger designer houses doesn't mean that makes them more attractive. In fact, I think they're turning away a lot of people. They're certainly turning me away in terms of value and worth. I feel like, it's super, super, super questionable. I know that it's subjective. I've always said worth on a material item, depending on how much you enjoy it and use it, is very personal. But I can definitely sit here now and say, no, this is not worth $5,000 to me. I wouldn't buy it today at this price. I will enjoy what I have. And I think we can all do that. Enjoy what we have. Stick to what it is that we had our eye on. If you do have your eye on a specific bag from whatever brand, whether there's a price increase coming or not, stick to what you want. Don't go out and buy nonsense that you were never interested in just because you think, oh my gosh, this is now going to be $1,600 versus $1,300, and this is going to be now $15,000 versus $11,000. It's all just pumping us up in the wrong direction. It's creating all this noise and hysteria. But of course, if you were looking to buy one of these bags and you want to get it pre-price increase, of course, I understand. I understand, because why would you want to pay more money for the same item? Not any better, no quality improvement. You're not getting any like freebies on top of the price increase. You're just paying more. So of course, if that's the case, then no, try to get it before the price increase, which is why I think a lot of us do these videos to kind of give you all a heads up so that you can get ahead of it if that's possible. But again, don't buy something just because the price is going up. If you never wanted a jumbo, leave it alone. It's kind of like just sit back, watch the show, watch everything that's happening all around us, and be a bit detached. Look at what's inside your closet. Remember all the nice things you already bought because you wanted those, and enjoy, 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 right? And if you're not enjoying them, which is, something that I'm always like auditing, maybe too much, auditing to see what I could declutter, rotate out, let go, but that could be a vicious cycle too. You probably saw in my recent videos, I am thinking about letting go of a few bags, but I'm not rushing at all. I want to be thoughtful because I don't want to regret. And I'm really soaking in this notion of just enjoying more of what I have versus constantly purging, tempted to buy more, or constantly looking to add to my wish list. You guys know I don't keep a wish list. I don't have a wish list. And as of now, I don't have any bags that I'm interested in buying. But of course, I love to look and I love to admire. I love to see what you guys are into. I love to show you the new trends. I'm into it, but I'm not going to pay for it because I already got a lot of bags, and you probably have a lot of bags too. Maybe you have less than me or more than me, but if you have more than like a handful of bags, that's a good amount that's a lot of bags. That's a lot of bags. There was a point in my life where I had like 2 bags and they were perfectly sufficient for me. And now here I am sitting on my sofa with bags all around me. So let's just have some perspective and let's not go crazy because the price increases will come. I will do my normal videos on the detailed price increases, meaning the befores and afters, because I always do that with my geeked out Excel spreadsheet. I know you guys appreciate that, but that's just information. In one ear, out the other. If it doesn't apply to you, if you're not looking to buy something, stay the course, sit back, and just enjoy the show. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.